Hello, good morning. Today is Thursday, November 11th. I'd like to give you a tour of what's in bloom in my backyard. This one is a Vanda Valruth Leopard times Dr. and Nick. And a friend of mine gave this to me a few years ago, and I also did a video on this one, and it was a I think it was a video that I had to try to split this plant up. There was two plants on it. One was a keiki and the other one was the main one, and unfortunately the main one did not make it. Here it is. I need to remove that. I attached, if you remember one of my videos, I attached two of them together, and one of them didn't make it. I also removed a lot of the moss because the moss can actually choke the roots, and that's what it was doing. So I did remove quite a bit of it, and I put it in some of the other Vandas that I didn't have moss in. So, and I've got a little keiki on this guy right here. Can't wait to get him bigger, but I'll be careful separating that one. And this is the keiki actually. This is the actual keiki that that you saw in the video of me splitting the two Vandas up. And look at this. This is amazing. Look at the blooms. I mean I cannot fathom how many bloom buds there were. It's just amazing how many how many flowers in one cluster. So yeah, amazing. Just I love that dark brick color, I guess, dark brown, dark brick color. So, all right, second one, let's go to, so I have this bunch of Dendrobium phalaenopsis all clustered together. There's like 8 different ones, and yeah, so this one is blooming. I believe none of them has any ID, so they're all no ID. This one is actually slightly different from this one, believe it or not. I have a white one right here, and let's remove that leaf. And I've got this one who hasn't bloomed in a long time, and it blasted somehow. Some of the buds have blasted. Okay, and this guy keeps going and going and going. This is Doriitis pocherma. Or Pocherima, I'm sorry. And you know, when I split this up, there wasn't a keiki, and look at that. One keiki and another keiki down here. Let's see if we can get that leaf off. Yeah, see that there? So yeah, it's very prolific and just very dependable bloomer as well. And here is another bloom spike coming up. I think that one's at the end of its course right there, the denphal that is lodged between the ferns. This one has gotten a lot of rain on, so it's losing some of its buds or blooms. Okay, this one hasn't bloomed in a while, and this has gotten a lot of buds. If I can bring it down. Not nice? And it is the biggest bloom I've ever had on it. Let's see if we can get it still. Okay. So I need to repot this because it's got too many roots outside the pot. I don't want it to end up like the ladybird that I'm going to show you, which is outrageously neglected. more bloom spikes on this, and this is a royal Genting, Dendrobium royal Genting. It has many bloom spikes, which I'm so glad, because it's it blooms multiple times of the year. It did spring, and it also, I think either spring or summer, it bloomed one other time. And we've got several other bloom spikes actually coming up, and I probably can see that. All right, that one's at its end, done for. And again, you know, we've had a good rainstorm this morning. Yeah, now this one, I'm so upset. This is my Brassavola. This is the BC Star Ruby Xanadu, and it unfortunately, look at that, bud rotted. So this one is still going. And this is the Grandiflora, I believe, yeah. All right, another one in bud or in spike is this Vanda Kawadi fragrance, and this is the second one. It's odd because this one last year did the same thing. It would bloom later than this one, and I don't know why, but it's in the same spot in the shower, and when it's in bud I brought it out here to get more light. And then I have this orchid. This orchid is finally in bud, I think. Patenera Hasako Akasuka times BLC Edisto Hawaii Purple. And I've had this one for a long time. As you can see, the tag says April 22, 13. That's probably when they had it as a leaf flask. And I bought it probably 2 years after. So I've had it probably, and I know I've had this for so long. It's one of those that I bought them from, as a bag baby at Lowe's. And it's one of those has been probably one of my first orchid that I purchased and my second time around after the freeze I had a long time ago. But anyway, this guy has been around definitely for at least 5 years, and it's one of those that I was thinking of just throwing away because I wasn't sure why it wasn't blooming for me. I didn't think that but it's one of those that you're not sure whether it's old enough, whether it's going to bloom for you, or whether something's wrong, or, you know, it's not right for your environment, or you're just not doing the right thing for it. But I was about to give up. But anyway, here it is. So hopefully we will see its bloom. It should have some purple in it, so I can't wait. I've got a few more inside that I've been enjoying. This is the Arangus that was from the unboxing of Carmela Orchid order that we did about a month and a half ago. And look at that, it's very long lasting actually. Very pretty. Hard to believe that a little plant like this can come up with such a huge and prolific bloom spike. Many blooms on it, look at that. Alrighty, and then this is Dendrobium Varana doll, number 7. I think at one time I mentioned that it was number 15, sorry about that. I was getting mixed up with another orchid that I have. That was number 15, it's Varana Pinky, number 15, a Dendrobium phalaenopsis, a large one outside that I have from Carmela Orchid. But this one is Varana doll, number 7. And it is so prolific. I love this guy because, as you can see, because it has multiple bloom spikes on an apex, and guess what? Even though it's about to lose its leaf, its last and only leaf, it still put out a bloom spike. Look at that. And you can also see that it has bloom spikes, I believe, in between nodes. There was one that I saw earlier. Here it is. Here's the bloom spike right there. That's between this node. See there? So yeah, it's very, very reliable bloomer. And I think some of the leaves are turning yellow because I had it outside a few nights ago when it was down to the, I think 49 or 52 degrees. I couldn't remember, but I think that's what did it. If not, then this must be a semi-deciduous. It will lose some of its leaf kind of thing. And I remember last year it would lose a few of the leaves, but I couldn't remember if it's because of the cold or because naturally that's what it does, drop a few leaves. But I'm going to assume that it actually isn't supposed to drop its leaf. I think it's the cold that did it. Now this one, I don't take credit for blooming it. It is from Carmela Orchids. And here is the tag. It is one of those that was in the unboxing a month and a half ago or so. And it is fragrant. And last but not least, we have this one. Here is the tag. I don't take credit again for blooming this. This is from Carmela Orchids. Here's a better view of it. That was right against the sunlight. So move this here so it's a little easier to see. And one of the bloom spike unfortunately curled inward into a leaf, and I pulled it out, and this is what we have. All right, now I think that is it for sure. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much.